How do you do an intro? Hi, my name is Dan. Welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a drag transformation. So if you want to see how I go from this to this, then keep watching. Okay, so first up before getting in drag, gotta shave all of this off. Don't want to shave my face. I haven't been completely clean shaven in like 2 years. So wish me luck. Here's to never getting a date again. Okay, so I'm back, all clean shaven, moisturized. First thing I do is cover my brows. Before I start gluing them down, I wipe them down, which is like a toner with like some witch hazel. I usually use rubbing alcohol, but I don't have any. So this is just to help get like all the oils out of the hairs, so the glue, spirit gum, whatever you use, will stick better. I guess now let's get to gluing. Also, what we're not gonna do is talk about this pimple on my forehead. So we're gonna pretend that she's not even here. Okay, so when I glue my brows down, I go right in with spirit gum. My brows are like super full, the hair is super coarse, and I feel like just glue stick doesn't glue the hairs down well enough, especially if you start sweating. The glue is water soluble, so it starts moving around. So I just go in with like spirit gum, whatever. This is like cheap stuff from the Halloween store that I had left over. So I'll go in with this. Blessed be. Now I used to cover my entire brow, but I've been like really into just covering like out here, and then using the beginning of my natural brow. Okay, so once those hairs are laid down, the spirit gum tends to stay like a little bit tacky. So I'll grab like an extra wig cap and I'll just kind of like tap it until it's basically completely set and dry. I use the wig cap because if you just use your fingers, then you're gonna get spirit gum. If you just use your fingers, you're gonna get spirit gum all over your fingers and then you're fucked. Has this tag been out the whole time? Okay, so the spirit gum is completely dry. Next thing I do is go in with glue stick. And the glue stick isn't so much helping to hold the hairs down because they're already glued down. The glue stick is filling in all of the little cracks between the hairs so that we can get as smooth of a surface as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry and I'm gonna do that 4 more times. So the glue is dry, and so now we're gonna set it before we put foundation on it. I set it with my highlight powder. My highlight powder is like a 50-50 mix of Ben Nye Super White and Ben Nye Neutral Set. Now I'm done, ready for the Met Gala. Move over, Rihanna.
Do you like Rihanna?
Do I like Rihanna? Yeah, I love Rihanna. Rihanna's fucking sick, man. Rihanna's fucking sexy. Okay, so I'm gonna cover my brow. Just a second, I'm trying to do a tutorial here.
Sorry. You need like a red light, green light situation.
Okay, so I actually switched to black opal stick foundations because they're $9.99, and I actually like them way better than the Krylon TV paint sticks. So this one is Cool Nude. I just washed this and it just smells like soap. At least it's clean.
What happened to your forehead there?
Oh, this is a pimple. She moved in. She's sticking around for a while. I was gonna hold off on filming until it went away, but like, I just wanna show people the authentic me, you know?
God.
Like the real me.
You're also about to put on like 7 pounds of makeup.
That's the real me. Okay, so I just cover this brow with some foundation and then smooth out the edges. I forgot to color correct. I usually use like orange concealer, but what are you gonna do?
Where do you use the orange concealer?
So I put orange concealer everywhere, basically where there's hair on my face to cancel out like the blue-gray undertone. So I usually put it over my brows, and then before I do my base, I will put the orange concealer all over like where my 5 o'clock shadow is, so I can look like a woman. If you want to look like real fish, you wear a choker and you cover your Adam's apple. So then I set this with translucent extra coverage coating powder. Okay, so when I draw my brow, I just grab a pencil and figure out where I'm gonna put my arch. They should be sisters, not twins, but sometimes mine look like they just like ran into each other in the wine aisle at Target. Okay, so my camera stopped recording because, I don't know why, actually, couldn't tell you. So I drew on this brow, loved it. Started drawing on this one, absolutely hated it. So I just went in with the orange concealer, color corrected the brown, went back over with foundation and erased it so we can start over. And I'm going to try to match this one to that one. So wish me luck. Okay, so I got both drawn on. And I'm gonna go back and clean them up now. I'm just going back in with my base color on the top, and then I'm gonna do white underneath. Okay, then for underneath, I'm gonna go in with white Krylon TV paint stick, which is my highlight color for my face too. Also, I think my neighbors are having a party, so I can like hear his music downstairs. That's cute. Okay, sick name. So now that I have all of that done, I'm going to set that white on the eyes just with my highlight powder. Okay, now, ready for eyes.
I feel like a purple.
I said neutral, bitch! We're gonna do neutral.
Can we pause for a second? I did not realize that palette had, like, latches on it.
Bitch, bitch, bitch! Okay, can we just like for a second talk about the Blood Sugar palette by Jeffree Star? Bitch, this palette, when I tell you, it's like, bitch, look at what you get. Are you joking? I can't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm logging out. Can't handle it. I'm handling it. So we're just gonna go in with, this is like a transition shade. This is Ouch from the Blood Sugar palette. Also, if you have dry lips, take this opportunity to cake on a bunch of lip balm. So when it comes to time for lips, you're not all crusty, because no trade is gonna want to take you home with some crusty ass lips, bitch. And then you're never gonna get a sugar daddy. I never had a sugar daddy. If I want to have a sugar daddy, I can probably get a sugar daddy, because I'm what? But you never have a sugar daddy, because you're not that kind of girl. Then I'm gonna go into a little bit darker color and start to build up that crease. So I always cheat and use like a card or something. This is like very old school drag. So the transition shade I used was Ouch, and then this is Intravenous. Then I'm gonna go for cutting the crease. I'm gonna use the Krylon TV paint stick again. Okay, so these are the eyes like basically done. I'm gonna do mascara, liner, lashes, but I'm gonna wait and do my base first. That way when I do my liner and mascara, there's not powder on it and it looks like fresh and sharp. So I have like Helza oily skin. So I always start with a mattifying primer. Is this what it's like being a woman? Okay, now I am gonna remember to color correct on my fade. Okay, so for blending this in, I'm not going to use my regular sponge that I'm using for my base because I don't want the orange to mix with it. So I'm just going to use like a beauty blender. So I'm going to go and set this orange concealer. I'm just going to use my highlight powder. Doesn't really matter. This is going to get covered up with foundation anyway. And I have a lot more of my highlight powder, and I'm running low on coating powder, so. Yeah, so I guess backstory, the person that I've been talking to this entire time is on FaceTime on my laptop right here. And it's my best friend in the whole wide world. And we actually dated in high school.
Oh, I knew you were gonna take it there.
So yeah, my best friend Kira is over here on FaceTime, and she's just like shooting the shit with me while I film this. Okay, so I'm gonna go back with my base, which is just the black opal stick. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching. That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves is I feel like every single drag tutorial I've ever watched, whoever's doing it, they get to a point where like their makeup looks really crazy like this, and they always make the joke like,
okay, thanks for watching. Ah, oh my god, I'm so funny and original.
like, bitch, everyone has said that. It's not that funny. Oh, yeah, that feels really good on Susan Boyle over here. Susan Boyle, everyone! So I just like beat this into my face. Also, I don't know if I already said this, but blend your makeup down your neck. Like, don't be that bitch. And if you're wearing short hair, go all the way behind your neck. Okay, so once I have the whole base on, then I'm gonna go with my highlight, which is the Kryolan TV paint stick. I used to use TV white, but I didn't like the consistency of it. It's like almost too thin, like not full coverage. This one is like a lot more intense. And I always warm it up on my finger first because I feel like it makes it easier to blend out. Okay, so Kira and I have decided to play a little game. I am going to give her various drag. Can it be drag and like gay culture, or does it have to be drag?
No, like drag and gay like terminology.
And if you win, I'll come visit you, and if you don't, then I'll still come visit you. I'm gonna start really, really easy. Define the word tuck.
And you hide your penis.
Oh my god, yeah.
10 points to Gryffindor!
I like to blend each layer as I go. That way I feel like it's easier and more seamless. I know a lot of people do like draw on their highlight, base, contour, and then blend it all together. And it looks great for them, but for me, it tends to get a little too muddy. Okay, so vocabulary term number 2. Okay, what is tea?
Like the info, the drama, the lowdown.
Yeah! Got it, bitch. Got it. What about gag?
Don't you use that when somebody does something that's like really impressive? Like they made you gag because it was so good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're at a drag show and the bitch is just like performing very, very well, and you're living for it, you're like, yes, bitch, I'm gagging.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna highlight my nose, and to make sure that this is even, I do dots all the way down and then just connect them. Okay, now I'm gonna contour my face. This is another black opal. This is black walnut. And I just contour like my forehead. And I do right under my cheekbone. And I stop it like right here. And I used to bring my contour all the way to the corner of my mouth. And because I already have really full cheeks, it almost had like the adverse effect and made them look kind of like sunken in. And then I am like really fish, but this jaw needs to get cut down. So for here, for my contour, I like to like flick it up with a brush, and then I'm gonna go back through with my beauty sponge and blend it out. But I'm like really, really cautious of not bringing it too far forward. Okay, so once I have all my face highlight contours blended out, time to contour the nose. Yeah, And there she is. So now that I have all of that blended out, I'm gonna go back through and get rid of any creases that I may have gotten while talking. And one thing to be conscious of is whatever the texture is of your foundation is when you set it, that's how it's gonna stay all night. So if you have wrinkles and creases under your eye and you set it, they're gonna be there. There's no way to get rid of them. So when I do the under eye, I grab my highlight powder on a powder puff, and I don't use a lot of powder the first time I set it. I go pretty light because I don't want it to get cakey. And then down here. And then forehead, which is another place I go kind of light at first to make sure that there's no creasing. And then the center of the nose. I'm getting really low on my Coty Airspun powder. Then I just brush off all this excess. Okay, so now that everything is set, I'm going to powder contour. For contouring, I used to use Blunt by MAC, which I love, and I'll probably end up going back to, honestly. But I've been trying the L'Oreal True Match powder foundation. It's in C8 Cocoa, so it's like the darkest cool tone that they have. And I actually do like it a lot. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. All right, so once I have all that blended out, I'm gonna go back in and just kind of like redefine these eyes. I got some powder on them. They got a little bit, the colors just get a little bit muted. So I like to go back and just kind of bump those colors back up again. So for the under eye, I'm basically just gonna mirror what I did on the top and do that on the bottom. So I'm gonna go back in with this darker color that I used in my crease. Okay, so I don't know if it was recording or not, but I just went in with black eyeshadow and filled in the brows, touched them up a little bit. So now I'm gonna do my liner. So I'm probably gonna do this with a hand mirror. I don't love this liner. Okay, so plot twist. I'm actually gonna use gel liner instead of liquid, because that liquid was like not doing it for me, you know what I mean? And then I'll go back with the liquid and define like inner corner and the outer edge. Okay, so now it's time for blush. So this blush is Ben Nye Powder Rouge in Sweet Peach. Also, I don't think I talked about this earlier, but it's really important that your contours are cool tone and not warm. And let me tell you why. A contour is mimicking a shadow on your face, right? And shadows are not warm. Shadows are absence of light. They are cool tone. Shadows are gray and black. So whatever you contour with should be cool tone, not warm. You can always contour with a cool color and go back over with bronzer and warm it up. My good Judy, James Majesty, taught me that, and I've never gone back. So, hey James, love you girl. Okay, so now I'm gonna do mascara. Also, don't pump your mascara like this.
I was just gonna say that.
It just pushes air in there and then it gets stale and dries out faster. Like, if you feel like you're not getting enough product on the wand, stick it in there and swirl it around.
That's what he said.
Ew. Okay, so for a highlight, I'm gonna use Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Peach Goddess. I can't breathe. Ooh. That could have been a vomit. So I use Duo Lash Glue, and I usually I like to use the one that is black because it helps like fill in any spaces between your liner and your lashes. But the only one I have right now is the clear white one. So you know what we're gonna do? Use the clear white one. Yow! But bitch, I did that. I'm like shaky because I have low blood sugar because I haven't eaten in a long time because I've been filming for 500 years. Like literally mad props to everyone who does YouTube like all the time and is pushing out content because this is hard. So now it's time for lips. So my go-to color for the past like 4 years basically has been Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Unicorn Blood. It's so good. It's like this beautiful rusty brick red. But trying to like step outside my comfort zone, I got Calabasas instead. Just a second. Hi, Mom and Dad. And then use your nasty ass makeup towel to clean off your lips. And then just like go in with your lipstick, you know what I mean? Okay. So now that I have that lip on, and I cleaned it up a little bit with my foundation, so to add some dimension in the corners, I'm just gonna take some of my contour powder. Okay, then for a highlight on the center of the lip, I think, I'm thinking like Snob by MAC. I like that. Okay, now, I think that is the mug done. I'm gonna go throw on some hair and maybe a cute little zhuzh, and I'll be right back. So I just went and threw on my 100% human hair full lace fantasy. This is very expensive. You guys can never find this, so don't bother looking on Amazon for Charisma wigs. You won't find it for $34.99 at all. So don't bother. So yeah, this is the final look. She's not going out tonight. She's just gonna like run to the grocery store, pick up some eggs. My teeth look white, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else am I supposed to say in this?
Say, this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching.
This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching.